I have thunder thighs.
Ugh, the shirt makes me look big.
My face is so fat.
Hi, I'm Cassidy Joe. Recently, I heard a statistic that said 93% of women fat talk, but I wasn't quite sure what that meant. After all, what is fat talk anyway? So I decided to ask therapist Franny Ritter about what fat talk is, and then follow up with my peers to see if they had any ideas about this unrecognized epidemic.
Fat talk is most commonly done by females, but it's a way of devaluing and putting oneself down pertaining to their weight.
At first I had no clue as to what fat talk is. I actually had to ask someone, but they finally told me it's just the negative way girls talk about themselves.
I think fat talk is like when girls just talk negative about their body or other people's bodies.
Fat talk is critiquing yourself harshly based on your appearance more than like the talents that you possess.
Like most girls, I'm really self-conscious about my weight and my body. I've felt overweight and like a big girl for a really long time.
When I was 11 or 12, my uncle said something to my mom about how I looked a little chubby in a swimsuit.
And sometimes I feel like I look very like manly and not like a girl.
I wish that I could be a little bit thinner, mainly I want to build a little bit more muscle.
I don't think my body is the size I want it to be yet, just because I'm not fully confident with how I look yet, so I'm still working on it.
My first time when I felt bad about myself is when I was 12 years old, and I had some friends and they would talk about like they bought their body and the way like they didn't like how they were, and so I would like look at myself and say, oh wow, I don't really like this about myself or that. I kind of got influenced.
When I really started to get self-conscious about it, I think it was about 15. An awkward stage. You know, I didn't know what to do with my Italian eyebrows and my braces and glasses, and I started filling out, and I was just so self-conscious. And I'm klutzy, that doesn't help, but it's hard.
Words have meaning, and words are very powerful. Some of the consequences can be eroded self-esteem, anxiety, depression. It can affect one professionally as well as relationship-wise.
With magazines trying to portray the perfect body, like the hourglass figure, the hot bikini bodies, I think really that just lowers our self-esteem because we view ourselves as, I don't look like that, I don't look like that, so we tend to use that as our fuel to fat talk.
I just wish that there were magazines or models who were willing to put their foot down and say, no, don't airbrush me. And I'm not talking about a little pimple here and there. Actually changing the shape of their body to make them thinner or curvier. And saying that that's natural and that's how we should look is probably one of the most messed up things in the beauty industries ever.
When people see it like in the newsstands, they just think, oh, like I want to look like that, and they start comparing themselves to that, like to how other like models look.
Social media heavily influences a physical appearance a lot, and it can lead to harsh consequences if taken seriously.
Social media is a way of checking with others to make sure what we're thinking and what we're saying is okay. But if we check with others who have distorted ideas about what's healthy, we can take on some really unhealthy ideas. So unhealthy ideas can spread very quickly through social media. We really need to compliment other people on things that come from within, character qualities, not how groovy their jeans look. And we need to develop those within ourselves. And if we can start with ourselves, then maybe we can change our culture.
Now that I understand fat talk is making negative comments about your body and that there are serious consequences that go along with it, I plan to make this issue recognized by as many people as possible. So spread the word, and remember, you're all beautiful.